attachments come in, or, the systemic world that we live in comes in. How do we be brave enough to follow that whisper sometimes, as you describe it? And how do we know that it's actually the real thing, the right way to go? And I know we can test and we can reverse back if it's not, but we prefer not to reverse back.
Yeah, well, as somebody who's reversed back many times or has taken paths when I'm like, oh, that didn't work. If you're listening right now, I can tell you it's not that bad. In the book, I talk about, Jeff Bezos had the concept of two-way doors versus one-way doors, right? And two-way door decisions are decisions where if you make them and you walk through the door and it wasn't what you wanted and you know that, you can always go back. And then there's one-way door decisions where you can never go back. And life is full of both. But the challenge is sometimes we treat two-way door decisions like they are one-way doors. Meaning, like, if we give it a shot, we're never going to be able to come back. And because we treat it with that level of gravity, we never take the risk, right? So, you can always come back. And I think that if you look at successful leaders, you are more than often going to find that they were two-way door lives. Bezos himself is a great example of this. I mean, he went to school to be a biophysicist. I was backstage with him at a conference. We were both speaking at the same thing. He was speaking right before me, and we talked about this. I mean, he wanted to follow in the tracks of Albert Einstein. He went to Princeton and took up the same major, and clearly that didn't work out. But then so he walked back through the door, and he walked through the door of computer programming, realized he wasn't going to be a great computer programmer, walked back through the door, went to e-commerce, and then went to finance and went to and ultimately sort of it ended up in Amazon. But the point I'm trying to make is that you will find more pivots in the lives of successful people if you start to sort of unpack and go beyond the LinkedIn profile and the bio. So I think that's a really sort of important thing to know.